Hey everybody, what's up? It's Broman. We are here on the Bungie website with a lot of really exciting stuff coming next week. I want to take time, go over it, and then we're gonna break down my thoughts on it. So number one, Destiny 2 Year 2 reveal. Tuesday, June 5th, 5 a.m. Pacific, which is, 9 a.m. Pacific. One take. Noon Eastern, 5 p.m. GMT. There will be a stream on twitch.tv/Bungie where they're going to show off the Year 2 reveal. There's a bunch of leaks about it, but going off of this picture, I think it's safe to assume that we're going to see something that is happening in the Reef. Now, full disclosure, I did not go to the Bungie Community Summit because I had another thing that I did. It was, I did the podcast with Gary V instead. But these pictures, the ethereal nature, the color scheme, it looks like the Reef. So my guess is we're going to maybe learn about what's going on in the Reef. That's exciting. There's a lot of speculation about everything. I don't want to spend all the time on that because we have some other real news to get into. So we're going to work on that. Rivalries, Vicarious Visions, and Bungie. That was neato. I believe Bungie kicked their ass. The return of the faction rallies. This is exciting. All right, so the faction rallies are returning, most likely on Tuesday. Very exciting. So here are the meaningful changes to the faction rallies. And when I say meaningful, I mean like meaningful. Like there is gear to get meaningful. Pledging to a faction rally is now a meaningful choice. You can only pledge to one faction rally across your entire account for the full event, which means if you have 3 characters, you can pledge to 1. And when you make that pledge, you get rep that is gained. You gain rep across all 3 characters. This reputation is retained through your events, so you're going to have a faction rally reputation. It's not going to reset during the season, even if you change alliance. So if you get to rank 50 with Dead Orbit, and then next time you decide to pledge to New Monarchy, then you'll have rank 50 New Monarchy. Each faction offers unique rewards such as exotic armor ornaments or a masterwork catalyst. We're planning on hosting 3 faction rallies, so you have a chance to get all 3. You have a chance to get all 3 of these. So there's obviously, we have the Dead Orbit is going to offer the Eye of Another World ornament for the Graviton Lance. Eye of the World ornament with the Graviton Lance catalyst. New Monarchy is going to offer the Crest of Alpha Lupi with a sweet business catalyst, and Future War Cult is going to offer Knucklehead Radar with the Sunshot. You're also going to have seasonal vendor progression. Each faction will now feature ranks a player can reach by earning tokens. Faction rank up rewards will continue to grant legendary armors past rank 30, so you can rank up as much as you want. These are sort of the breakdowns of what you've got on everybody here. We have the Dead Orbit Warlock sporting the Eye of Another World ornament. We have the Crest of Alpha Lupi ornament over here on this Titan showing off his gear, and we have the Future War Cult with the Knucklehead Radar showing off on the Hunter. Now, this is the cool thing that I really wanted to get into. The goal of having faction rallies show you a unique gameplay experience. So before in the faction rally, you would just run around, get tokens, and you're done. Now the faction rallies have objective-based things. So there's a Renown System. After you pledge to a faction, you can earn renown by completing a public event or patrol or defeating a high-value target. Looting a lost sector with renown will give you more rewards than usual. The more stacks they have, the more tokens they can earn. Renown is lost when you are killed by enemies, so you have to be careful. Renown increases by the level, also increases the level of challenge and gameplay. So the more renown you have, you are essentially creating a more heroic strike or Nightfall-esque environment on patrol, which is, in my opinion, a really, really, really fucking smart move. Renown grows with the level of challenge and gameplay. Health regeneration is vastly reduced. Enemy kills have a chance to drop health orbs. That's new. That's interesting. I don't know. stacks to all levels. Player damage is increased, scales with a stack up to 5. Incoming damage is increased, scales with a stack up to 5. While Renown is active on a player, it shows. So when you're out in patrol and you see members of other factions and they might be in crisis, you can ignore them and let them die and not feel bad about it because you're helping your team. And I think that's just fantastic. The other things we have, faction rallies will continue to offer a winner's offering. This time, it appears we're getting a shotgun from Dead Orbit. We are getting a rocket launcher from New Monarchy and a sidearm from Future War Cult. Tuesday, June 5th at 10 a.m. PDT, which is right after stream ends. So it'll be an exciting day. Big. Other things. We talked about Crucible Labs. I don't know if you had a chance to play the Crucible Labs. There was a lot of rampant speculation about what they were going to be. The Crucible Labs are not a place for us to demo sandbox changes. They were a place to demo new modes. So if you played the Double Doubles, or I believe it's called Showdown. If you played Showdown, they're looking for your feedback on that game mode. That's really cool. This is also great. The protocol changes. So these changes are active in game. They actually flipped the switch in the game after this went live. I had a nice debate on Twitter with DMG about this, and basically here's the breakdown. The delta scaling on the old values was too hard for their goal, and their goal was a three-person fire team. This three-person fire team goal was not attainable with the delta, so they changed things to be 385. So now you have everything capping out at 385 inside of the escalation protocol. This actually makes the activity a lot more completable and incredibly easy to pug now, regardless of your team. You can go in with a team of 385 by the time you start it, and you get to the end. You're probably going to have 6 or 7 people there with you, and it'll make it a nice, fun experience. Escalation protocol is still a blast to engage in. It is easier than it used to be. In my mind, in my opinion, it is obvious that the 9-man escalation protocol situation is it should be explored by Bungie to turn world bosses into a reality, because there was nothing more fun, in my opinion, than getting in there with 9 people and duking it out with an incredibly powerful boss. Now, the issue being, there needs to be matchmaking for an event like this. A flag on patrol that you can rally to that says, I want to fight the world boss. And you grab it, and it shoots you into the world boss realm with up to 9 other people. That would be dope. So that is the change made. They are also, they got the new Warmind comic, a couple more bug reports. We got these videos of the week. After the roadmap has been executed, we will have much more in store for the coming months. If you want to make sure you don't miss the beat, subscribe to updates via the email. We'll invite you to keep in touch. It gives us a chance to send you communications. You'll also earn an emblem. So if you sign up for the email, you get that emblem. Steps on email validation is there. Fantastic. So that's a lot of information, bro, man, as you hit F11 on the wrong keyboard. What does it mean? The big thing I want to focus in on, error saxophone. The big thing that I want to focus in on is the reality that faction rally choices actually matter. The biggest issue with faction rally, even since Destiny 2's beginning, and even like pledging to a faction in Destiny 1, was it was cool, it was neat, it was interesting, but it didn't feel incredibly meaningful. The sweeping changes that they're making, not only to the way that you play and get factions, account wide, an account wide choice, the fact that is being informed by how not just what faction you like, but which catalyst you want to get, and it's going to affect how you play on patrol, which is, in my opinion, one of the most underutilized features of either Destiny game. Was patrol has to matter. because it's a huge part of the game. It's so beautiful and vibrant. But if you don't put challenge in it, there's no reason for people to approach it. So I am in love with the idea of patrol becoming infinitely more difficult as you try and get more and more renown for your faction. It makes it feel much more like you're completing a challenge in order to earn reputation, as opposed to just checking a box and running errands for them. I think that's really, really exciting. The escalation protocol changes feel fun and fresh. I'd love to see world bosses more as a bigger part of the game later on. Maybe that's something they could bring in year 2 or year 3, or maybe that has to be something to wait until Destiny 3. But overall, I am incredibly excited about the changes that's coming to Faction Rally, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for listening, watching, hearing, whatever it is. Appreciate all of you, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.